Alright, Tag and Brag Nation, we're back on a Sunday. Anybody who says Sunday is the day of rest, well, they're probably right, but we got to get some work done today. So, here's what we're doing. They got the whole outskirts of this field, and this is the field that we just literally drilled the beans in. Didn't brush hog it, didn't turn it, didn't do anything. We're just kind of testing it out, real honestly. But I'm going to spray this whole field later today. I just want to get a little bit of it cut down, kind of just cut down the outskirts of it to help me gauge where I'm going to be spraying and stuff like that. And this little woods right here opens up, and the one redneck that we've been doing a lot of work in front of is by those pines up there. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll try and show you later, but whatever. Anyway, all this brush and stuff is kind of blocking this woods, and if we can clear it out, I think we can get a couple lanes from that redneck to the backside of this field, which would be insane, because it's just that redneck is so non-invasive to the property. To be able, it's got a ton of food in front of it over there, but to be able to see and even shoot with a rifle, especially to the backside of this field where most of the deer come out, will just really up the chances of being successful next year. So I'm gonna do that, start with that, cut the outskirts of this bad boy, and then come back here and spray it. That's gonna kind of be the work for today. If I can get to it, I'm gonna put the tiller on, and there's a couple more spots that we want to till down yonder, because we want to put a little bit more plot screen up. We don't think we have enough blockage from the road quite yet. So. So this is what I've accomplished so far. All these under here are apple trees. So I want to cut all up under them. So number one, the deer can get to them easier. But this is that hardwoods I was talking about. We're trying to cut a path. It's really not that far to see the backside of this field from the redneck. And so we'll trim up all these smaller apple trees, trim them up a little bit. But I wanted to cut into this hardwoods as much as I could, because that's kind of half the battle, is getting this tall brushy grass down, so that we can see through here. But there's already a couple lanes that I could see that really don't need a ton of cutting. So this is the redneck. We completely opened this up front here, all that dark area right there, all the dirt we've opened up, that was all like little thickets, so we can now see. And that also is the case for over here. That's all going to be turnips, turnips, turnips. All up in here is going to be turnips, and we're trying to get a lane to the backside of our front plot, which is there and there, there, there. And I don't know if you can see the redneck up there or not, but this is what I was talking about, that dark area down here. This is all going to be turnips. Right now all this is real lush, great looking clover. So we got clover in the front, we got the turnips in the back, and yeah, this should be really good. But we're going to try and cut. Show you this. This is where I was earlier. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where I was cutting earlier in this open hardwoods. Get a couple paths through there and lanes that you can see from the redneck up there come rifle season. All these deer bed all down in here. The point of this, I guess, is get the food as close to the bed, and as much as we'll benefit from it in bow season and rifle season, it's going to be A1. This is what I did today, part of what I did today, but I tilled all this. I actually did a couple passes over it, because all this right now is plot screen. The road is literally 50 yards right there. You can probably see it up there a little bit, but the road's 50 yards up there. So Dean and I were talking, thought that we just didn't have enough plot screen right here, because honestly, from the road, sorry, I'm spinning around, from the road right here, this plot is exposed, actually. So we wanted to get more plot screen down this way, thicker, so that it kind of walled this off right here, and all this food that's really going to be in front of the redneck, you know, is going to be walled off from the road, I hope. But that's part of what we did today. What I did today, I did another strip up here on the back side of this ditch. I'll show you where we put the hay bale. We moved the hay bale today also. All this right back here, if you've been following us, you know this is all plot screen, okay? Right behind, there's a little ditch right here. Right behind this ditch is all plot screen. So that's going to be tall, blocking the road. And then today, we just tilled this right here. And all this is going to be plot screen. So before we even planted it, we haven't even planted or fertilized any of this yet. And it's going to be a little late, but hopefully it still gets, you know, even if it gets 6 to 8 feet tall, it'll help. But we're going to fertilize this, we're going to plant it all tomorrow, and all the plot screen is going to grow up around this this hay bale blind. But this is our front field. This is going to be all turnips, hopefully a little bit of beans too, if they came up. Dean just drilled them in here. But this is going to be all turnips in here, and this is our biggest plot. We're kind of extending it. I did a lot of that brush hogging back there today, like I showed you, and yeah. Hope for the best here, but this should be cool. For whatever reason, in this plot's, I mean, it's our biggest plot, but it's not very big. A couple acres, three acres maybe. But for whatever reason, we had it in the back corner last year, and we actually had one up front here also. And the deer, they kind of stuck out like a sore thumb, and the deer didn't really like it. So with the plot screen growing around this one, we're hoping the deer are gonna like it a lot.